Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be discussing about Satyabrata Ghosh case decided by Supreme Court in 1954. In this case, the defendant was a company who was involved in the development of lands for residential purposes. For the same purpose, the company had entered into agreements with various consumers or various with various purchasers. Plaintiff was one of them. The company promised to hand over the residential homes within some within and said that would be receiving the money only after the construction work will be completed. But during the construction work, a considerable portion of the land was requisitioned by the government for military purposes during the World War II, and the company gave a notice to the purchaser to treat the contract as cancelled because the performance of contract has become impossible on ground of supervening circumstances. Purchaser means the plaintiff refused to accept the company's contention and hence fine is fueled against him. Now the legal issue was whether the contract of the sale of land was discharged and came to an end by reason of the supervening circumstances which affected the performance of a material part of it. Contention of the plaintiff was very simple. Doctrine of English law relating to frustration of contract has no application to the Section 56 of Indian Contract Act. Even if the English law applies, the circumstances do not satisfy this very doctrine of frustration, so that has no applicability in the present situation. His third contention was and based on those circumstances it could not be said the frustration the circumstances are so that the very object of the contract is said to be frustrated. Even if it is said to be doctrine of frustration is said to be applicable in India, they have no application to the contract of sale. So the court decided the whole case in 3 points based on all the 3 contentions of this plaintiff. First contention, that the English law do not hold the applicability under that the doctrine of frustration has no applicability under Section 56 of Indian Contract Act. The court said that doctrine of frustration is nothing but is one of the aspect and is based on the supervening impossibility that is enumerated under Indian Contract Act under in Section 56. So even if the doctrine of frustration is not very uniform under English law, the Indian Contract Act is very clear and the Indian law is very clear that if the performance of contract has been made impossible or unlawful due to some circumstances that could not have been contemplated by the parties to the contract at the time of entering it, then the contract would be rendered as void contract. So the court said the doctrine of frustration lies within the Section 56 and would be a special and the circumstances would be and the decision would be judged by the Section 56. Then the court said the court said that Section 54 of TPA, Transfer of Property Act, said that all the rules and provisions relating to the contract of a general agreement would have applicability to the terms of a sale deed that has been registered under TPA. So the Section 56 of Indian Contract Acts hold very good applicability to the sale of the contract. So the sale of the contract that was done done between the plaintiff and the defendant company. Now the last question, whether circumstances were not such that the contract is said to be frustrated. So the court held that yes, the circumstances were not that it could be said that the frustration that the contract can be declared as void contract because 3 points the court considered. First, there was nowhere mentioned the time under which the contract needs to be completed. Since the time is not the essence of the contract and this recusation is of a temporary nature, so if is of temporary nature, so the contract could have been completed after requisition has been over. Since that if the time is of the essence in the contract has been mentioned that for under 3 years the contract needs to be fulfilled, that the situation would have different. Further, the court said when the contract was made, the situation was war-like situations, and beside this accusation, there were certain other intricacies making it difficult to abide by the contract during the construction process. So it cannot be said this requisition was something that could not have been contemplated by the party. So the third contentions of the plaintiff was upheld and the decision of the court was in favor of the plaintiff itself. This was all about this case. Hope you like this video. Do like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.